Merry Christmas
Feliz Navidad
y Prospero Año.
y Felicidad.
Welcome to another episode of the Watch That Joan podcast. My name is Mary.
And I'm James.
And you're listening to the last episode of 2024.
It's crazy how fast this year went.
You think this year went by quickly?
I do. When you think of it as a recap, it feels like it moved quickly, and I can't believe that 2025 is literally on Wednesday.
2025 sounds insane.
Yeah.
You know, you think that by now they all say it. We would have flying cars by now.
No, we don't.
We don't, and I think it's a really good idea because people drive too crazy to have flying cars.
There's not a need for flying cars,
and it's a terrible idea. I feel like people with regular cars do not need to drive. I'm like, how did you get your license? Like, you don't need to drive. So a flying car, that's madness. I think people having drones is too much. That should be regulated more. But
no, you're right. Yeah, 2025 does sound futuristic,
but it isn't. Still same old shit, just a different year.
Different year. So, yesterday we went and saw a movie. And what did we watch, Mary?
We saw Mufasa, the Lion King.
Yes. We went to a movie
tavern.
In Collegeville, Pennsylvania.
We saw another movie in movie tavern. We saw Deadpool and Wolverine in a movie tavern.
You did.
Me and DQ did. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like movie taverns. A nice restaurant.
We explained it before. Yeah. So you order right from your seat, directly from your movie seat. I hit my mic. And they come and they bring in the food. I had sliders.
I had a burger, and it was the best movie theater burger I ever had. Tell you that.
See, I asked for mayonnaise, and they didn't bring me any mayo for my slider, but
shame.
Sliders. But yeah, we saw. So we all know the story of the Lion King. I was talking. Our niece has never seen the Lion King.
I know several people who are, Gen Y, maybe? Gen Z and up, who never seen The Lion King. And because of that, it makes me feel old. It came out in 94. So I was 2 years old.
There's no excuses to not see The Lion King.
And you were 1 year old.
Your parents should have shown you The Lion King. Because I was 1 year old and we still saw it. So it's just there's no excuse. But I feel like, because, Victoria, she didn't see The Lion King until she got older. And it's if you saw it now, if you already know what's happening, it's not going to hit the same like it did if you would have saw it when you were supposed to, like a normal, responsible child. So.
Yeah, I guess. No, I get it. Cause
it's with Game of Thrones, I knew Jon Snow died. But you know what? When he was killed, that still was a shock to me. So I can't even say that. No,
sticking with the Disney theme, I don't really fault people for not wanting to watch old Disney movies, But
that's the best. That's arguably the best Disney film ever made. Ever made. What's your favorite Disney movie, real quick?
I think it probably would be... I love Pocahontas. I think Pocahontas hit hard.
I never hear you say this. You really just steal everything I ever think, and you make it your own idea. Because I ain't never heard you say nothing about Pocahontas. It's either The Hunchback of Notre Dame for you or The Lion King.
Hunchback.
My favorite is a Goofy movie, but The Lion King is the very closest second. Very close second.
Yeah, no, we saw Pocahontas. We saw Pocahontas this week leading up to Christmas.
And it just hits you that the movie's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
Wildly historically inaccurate, but who cares? It's a masterpiece. It's a great movie. They don't make Disney movies like that anymore. The songs aren't as good. That was the Disney Renaissance, a golden age. And if you weren't there to catch that wave, you're gonna miss. You just won't get it. You just won't get it.
So what was the main reason? I have my reasons, but what was the main reason why you wanted to review Mufasa, the Lion King?
I just said it because The Lion King is a classic, and it's a classic is an understatement.
But do you think
The Lion King is a cultural experience, a pertinent cultural experience that traumatized us all at a young age and had us all trying to sing Swahili?
Yes, but do you think?
Yeah,
so do you think the nostalgia is what really brought people to the theaters, or was going to continue to bring people to theaters from the original live action that came out in 2019 and this one that just came out on December 20th?
Absolutely, because even when I watched the trailer, I was I'm a crybaby. I cry easily. but I was like kind of overcome with emotion watching the trailer for the film because I'm like, that same feeling that I get watching The Lion King or just thinking about that. I felt that during the trailer. So
Wow.
nostalgia sells. These companies know. But I think it's more nostalgia too is because you're generally interested. Mufasa was this great king voiced by James Earl Jones. He was godlike. He literally is. I'm convinced that Mufasa is supposed to be Jesus.
Ha.
Just how, like in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the lion
Yeah.
is supposed to represent Jesus Christ or God or
No,
something.
you're right. And going back to James Earl Jones, right? He died at the age of 93 on September 9th.
Rest in peace.
And he obviously was the voice of Mufasa. He also was Darth Vader, right? That voice.
See, I've never seen that's okay. That's a perfect example. Never seen Star Wars. You tried to see me watch it, make me watch it, and I fell asleep.
Well,
I just missed the wave. I'm never going to become a star. It's too late.
So then that's the same argument, right?
Yeah, that's the same
Star
argument I'm saying.
Wars,
what I feel about The Lion King. If you
yes.
haven't seen it, it's
It's
you're
wave.
yeah.
But it's also worth watching. But yeah, James Earl Jones, this movie was actually dedicated to him, and he showed in the opening scene.
I was in the bathroom, so I missed it.
Yeah. But okay, cool. Let's dive right into the beginning of the movie, Mary.
Well, what made you want to watch the film? You didn't answer.
I think the nostalgia part of it, right?
And I think also because I want to know, like I said, I wanted to know what happened. Like Mufasa, and we all know the main reason why I wanted to know how Scar got his scar.
Yeah, that's true.
I wanted a Scar origin story. That was the main reason.
No, you're right. I wanted to know a Scar origin story, but also, like you said, I felt like Mufasa was stolen from us in the original movie. Like he was just only
Felt like your daddy died. Like, nah.
like he was in the scene for 15, 20 minutes, the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie.
I used to have nightmares about that stampede scene when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I would have nightmares.
Yeah,
I would
about him
hear the
falling.
music. But even that makes me happy because it's like that means I felt something and
Yeah.
it stayed with me. And I
Yeah.
think good films do that.
They do. They do. The best films do that.
All right.
The best films do that.
You
But
ready
no,
to jump?
this film, they took an obvious classic from the 1994 and, the 2019 remake and made this a prequel, which we're going to kind of go through the major
It says a prequel and a
chapters.
sequel. That's what they describe it as.
pre-sequel.
I don't know. A pre-sequel. I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
So you ready to jump right in?
Let's go.
So the movie starts with Kiara, who is Simba's daughter, played by Blue Ivy Carter.
And she's adorable. She's 12 years old.
She's 12 years old and she's so tall. We saw her perform at the halftime show for the Christmas football game. It was the Houston Texans and who?
Baltimore Ravens.
The Houston Texans and the Ravens. And
With her mother, Beyonce. She was performing with Beyonce.
she did a fantastic job. And you could tell she got more confident because I saw her live in person for the Renaissance tour. And she did a great job, but you can tell she was still nervous because she's 11, 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any nerves during this performance. I didn't see any nerves. So, so Kiara, played by Blue Ivy. Her parents, Simba, played by Donnie Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, and Nala, played by Beyonce herself. They were going away for a while, and Kiara was a little scared because she knew that a storm was coming, and she's afraid of storms. Cats are very finicky, even the
Yep.
wild ones. Like
Yep.
Milkshakes, my cat hate loud noises, so she was scared. And, Simba had asked Timon and Pumbaa, Seth Rogen, and who was Timon?
Timon is Billy Etcher.
Billy Etcher. Yeah, okay, they were in the first live action Lion King as well.
Yes.
So Simba was pretty much like, hey, I'm going away. Me and Alana. I don't know who that is. Me and Nala. I said Alana.
You did say Alana.
That's a pretty name. Me and Nala are going away, and I want you to keep an eye on Kiara because he's really scared. So they go. They do a terrible job. So Rafiki comes and say, listen, I'm going to tell you an actual good story. And he was like, hey, do you know about your grandfather? Like this
Exactly.
great, powerful king that literally everyone's obsessed with. And Kiara didn't really know too much. He's like, all right, I'm going to tell you the whole backstory. So the whole movie is set up as a retelling of the events of Mufasa's life.
And it makes sense that she would not know what went down with Mufasa because obviously Simba saw his father died and he knew that his uncle Scar killed him. So
That
he
is
probably
deep. Imagine realizing that your father, your own uncle killed your father and tricked you into believing that it was your fault when you were a child.
The child. And that's probably why he didn't talk to his daughter about it much
That's
at
a lot
all.
of. Yeah, she's very young. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a conversation you have with her when she's old enough to really like, not even process, because I don't think he can process, just to fully understand
To
what's
be able to
going
understand
on,
the
and maybe be
dynamics.
able to sleep at night. Yeah,
Exactly.
like but Kiara doesn't know Scar either. Scar's dead by this point.
Scar is dead before she was born. You're right.
That's kind of creepy to think about the events that's happening. We know that Scar's dead, but in the present time of Mufasa, the movie, we know Mufasa's dead, but it didn't hit me right now that Scar is dead as well, and Kiara does not know Scar.
You're right.
I guess that's another perfect reason for her not to know. I guess Simba's like, listen, he's dead. I don't have to unleash this on my daughter.
Exactly. Unleash.
Because Scar is Scar. You unleash Scar.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to. I do not mean to go on for too long, but Scar is my favorite character.
Your favorite
in The Lion King?
originally? The original, the favorite one?
Yeah.
Why?
He has the most fun villain song. Be prepared.
Be prepared is hard. It's a bop.
He said, but we're talking kings in succession. Even you couldn't be caught unaware. Da, 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 da. So prepare for the coup of the century. Be prepared for insatiable news. Da, da, da. A shiny new era is tiptoeing nearer. But where do we feature? Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid, but yo, listen. Listen to Be Prepared.
Yeah.
This man is conniving. He's scheming. He's untrustworthy, but he can carry a note and a tune. And the hyena singing background.
They did.
They go,
killed
duh, duh. It's so freaking good. So, yeah, I love Scar. I love how dramatic he is. That's why Scar is gay. So this movie confusing.
So I saw that. Online.
It's a fan fiction, but
yes, I saw
the
that
gays
online.
know. The gays know.
That there's some fan fiction that Scar might be gay because of how
he's a diva.
flamboyant and dramatic.
I don't even think he's just a diva. He's like, ugh, I'm tired. Like he's so full of himself. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Scar, we're hungry. What does that got to do with me? Like,
Yeah, basically, Scar did not want to be bothered by anything until he figured out a plot to kind of take the throne.
All right, moving on.
So let's go back to this flashback.
Yeah. So okay, here's the story that Rafiki is telling Kiara. So let's start. So one day, Mufasa and his parents, his mother Afia, and his father Masego, not the singer Masego, his father's a lion. So one day, they go to a watering hole just to like relax. It's a beautiful watering hole. It's more like an oasis. All the animals are there. They're getting along. No one's trying to eat each other.
After a very long drought.
It was a very long drought.
Yeah, it was a very long drought, and actually, the mother,
Afia.
Afia, she was telling Mufasa about a place called Milele, because they were experiencing a drought and he was hungry. And she was explaining how Milele is this beautiful place.
It's paradise.
It's paradise.
And utopia.
And in Swahili, it means forever, right? So this forever utopia place that she was telling him about. And as she was explaining it into song, it started to rain, right? And obviously in Africa, when it rains,
it pours.
It pours, but it brings all the animals together, right? All the animals, whether it be prey or predators, they come up and they enjoy the water after a very long time of a drought.
It's beautiful how necessity can bring about unity even in animals.
It does.
It's like, listen, normally I'm a lion. I see a cantaloupe or a gazelle. Cantaloupe? Antelope. Cantaloupe is a fruit.
Yes.
Lions might eat fruit. No?
No.
Are they strictly carnivore? They're not omnivores?
Yes, they're
Okay, never mind.
carnivores.
An antelope or a gazelle. And they're like, hey, like, I know we're side by side, but dog, we're thirsty. It's been a drought. Let's just drink water and, like, have a good time. So that's what they're doing until a flood strikes and chaos ensues. Water's just rushing down everywhere, and there's so much water that the whole watering hole floods, and Mufasa gets swept away in a big old elephant. So the water is blocked off by, like, this little, like, natural dam. But there's a big old elephant also being swept away by the water. He breaks the dam. all the water unleashes, drowning Mufasa's father, Masego, and separating Mufasa from his mother, Afia. And I guess I'm going to keep going, and I'll say it later. So days go on. Mufasa is on a tree branch, just floating down to what now is the river. And he's awoken by the sound of a young cub. He looks up and he sees a cub named Taka. And Taka's like, hey. He wakes him up. Mufasa's like, where am I? And Taka's like, what does he say?
He says, hey, I have a secret. You want to hear a secret? I got a secret.
And Taka's like, Mufasa's like, yeah, I'll hear it. He's like, Taka's like, I shouldn't really be talking to outsiders. My mother said I shouldn't talk to outsiders. My father said I shouldn't talk to outsiders, so I won't tell you the secret. Mufasa's like, just tell me. He's like, I don't really know if I should. Mufasa's like, just tell me. And Taka's like, okay, you're about to be eaten.
In a big
Pure
old,
joy.
Pure joy.
So Mufasa turns around and sees like 3 alligators or crocodiles. I can't tell the difference. Coming straight towards him, and they're about to eat him. So Taka, I can't remember exactly what happens, but Taka manages to try to pull Mufasa out of the water. And it's so funny because before he pulls him, he has this little sigh of like, ugh, I have to help him. And he pulls him, you know, he digs his claws into Mufasa's claws. And it's just a brief moment of a callback to the original Lion King movie.
Yep.
That's notorious scene where Scar digs his claws into Mufasa when he's hanging off the cliff and the stampedes below. And what does he say? All hail the king. He says something sinister and just asshole-like.
Oh, I don't remember what he says.
He says something so wicked, and he just lets his own brother fall to his death.
Oh, I don't know. I know he said I killed Mufasa to Simba.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'll look it up.
Making these, yeah. So, but he still can't pull him up, and then Taka's mother comes, and Taka's mother, Eshe, comes behind him and pulls both of the boys up. Reprimands them.
Long live the king.
Long live the king.
That is a bar.
Scar, I'm telling you, my favorite character. Timon and Pumbaa, very close, but Scar is just, I love it. I just love it. He's evil and comical at the same time. So, so Eshe saves the 2 boys, and she's like, look, we're not supposed to have outsiders, but I'm going to take you to the rest of the pride to meet them and our king, Obasi. So they go to the rest of the pride, and they meet Obasi, who is beautiful. He's just his mane and his face. Obasi's beautiful. But Obasi's pissed. He doesn't like outsiders. He's like, can we just eat this dude? Like, I don't know who Mufasa is. Like, I don't like outsiders, especially a male outsider.
Exactly.
And you already have a male cub.
A male cub in Taka. So what Obasi says is that, hey, look, I'm either going to eat this lion, or if Taka and Mufasa race, if Mufasa wins, we'll let him live, and he can live amongst the female lions. If he loses, I'm going to eat him in one bite.
Which makes sense. You know, and I said that to you in the theater when Eshe first met Mufasa. I was like, in real life, Eshe would have eaten Mufasa. Why wouldn't she? You know what I mean? That's not her cub.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't have the scent of her on him to let her know that this is my cub. But like I said, I did hear of weird instances where animals adopt animals from completely different species.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, and obviously, you know, these animals are more intelligent than your regular lions. But no, I agree. I wasn't.
What's the word? They're anamorphic. What when
That
animals
mean? Eat themselves like
no,
cannibalism?
no. I'm saying when you have like animals in film or in cartoons that act like humans, there's a word for that.
Oh, okay. I know, like personification when things
personification to personified.
Yeah.
But there's another word I'm not thinking about. Okay, whatever. Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going. So so the 2 boys race, and Taka lets him win because he said, I have a secret. Mufasa's like, what is it? He's like, I always wanted a brother.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so sweet. He just seemed so joyful. Young Taka's just so cute. He's like, I always wanted a brother. And I'm like, wow, I never felt that sentiment, but I'm really glad that you feel that way.
And the song, I Always Wanted a Brother, was a bop. You know, they sung it. It was...
Let me see if I can pull up some of the lyrics real quick.
Yeah. I think that was the first song I caught because the first song is opening up that we skipped over.
It wasn't The Circle of Life.
It wasn't.
I was in the bathroom and I heard something, but I'm like, it's not the Lion King. I was like, the movie didn't start it because something sounds like The Circle of Life, but it's not it, so I'm not going to rush. But like, let me rush anyway. And I came in and I was like, what the hell is this? This is not The Circle of Life.
It's by the same artist.
I don't care.
Lebo M.
Lebo.
He's sung. I'm gonna mispronounce this.
Of course.
Nagosmo.
Nagamso.
Nagamso.
How do you spell it?
It's Ngomso. Nagamso. And it means a better tomorrow, right? And it's similar to A Circle of Life, but obviously it's not the iconic Circle of Life. And then the next song was Malele, that like we talked about with Mufasa's parents sung that to him. So this third song really stood out to me as I always wanted a brother.
He said, make a wish on the brightest star and say, I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother just like you. And I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother just like you.
Yeah, and these songs was written by, once again, I think Lin-Manuel Miranda. Right, I was trying to figure out something to call him.
And even
the genius of our generation, musical genius of our generation.
Yeah, he's a theater savant.
Yes.
But even when Taka and Mufasa, let's see how many. I'm really trying hard not to call Mufasa Simba.
Ha, yeah.
Trying so hard. So
yeah. And originally when they said Taka's name, I thought they said Tucker.
I thought they said Tucker too, and I was like, that is not an African name. But he has like this weird sort of Stewie Griffin British accent, but not really British accent.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, Tucker, because obviously he's not from this continent, but who knows? But yeah, even when Taka and Mufasa finish the race and they go back to meet Obasi's like talking trash, and Mufasa's like, say it to my face, because Obasi's like on a tree relaxing. All he does is sleep, and he's talking trash, and Mufasa's like, say it to my face, and then Taka pipes up for him. He's like, what did you say about my brother? That's not a stray. That's my brother. You stay away from my brother because I say so. If you put your paws on my brother, you'll meet the jaws of his brother. Mm. Those are the laws for my brother. Like he
set the stage.
He say, listen, I am the heir. You know what I mean? At one point, I'm gonna grow enough, because that's how the animal kingdom is.
Yep.
Do you remember the episode? Another American Dad reference. American Dad reference number 54. That episode where Stan is realizing that Steve, his son, is becoming slowly transforming into a man, and he sees it in a very animalistic way because Stan's an idiot. Like when they're lions, when a lion has a male cub, when the cub gets older enough, he fights his father for dominance over the pride.
Yep.
And you can have the pick of the females. And then the loser goes away on his own to either die or maybe find another pride. So that's what's going to happen. Realistically, so Taka does have the right to kind of stake his claim now and say, hey, these are the laws. Don't touch my damn brother.
Yeah.
But, he's still too young. And Mufasa sent away to go live with Eshe and the other females. So, but one thing, okay, since we're done this, the beginning section of the recap, I feel like throughout this movie, and I noticed it with the flood scene, and it was like, oh, okay, I feel like they're trying so hard to recreate the stampede scene from the first movie, and just different ways, like the flush, like, okay, in the original Lion King, Simba is in the valley by himself.
Mm-hmm.
The stampede starts. Mufasa dashes in and manages, I think, to get Simba on top of like a low-hanging tree branch, where he stays while Mufasa is still dipping and dabbing in the chaos at the bottom of the, on ground. The same thing kind of happens here. The flushing, the rushing water. It's a stampede of water, it's just water.
Yep. It's a
and then
of water. That's
once again,
way to describe
his father his father Masego manages to get Mufasa on higher ground. I think it was a tree branch because I can't remember on a tree branch.
He held onto the tree branch trying not to drown.
So the same way, and then his father Masego dies, just like Mufasa will later die, which is it's very scary. It's like you kind of saw your own demise that day.
What?
Mufasa kind of saw his own demise that day because he pretty much dies in the same way that his father did, trying to save his son.
Oh.
So, and it was okay. And even like the whole tree branch, like Mufasa's on a tree branch. And I was okay with that. But the same scene keeps happening throughout this movie.
Yeah, I think they did it a little too much.
It was overkill. It was definitely, it was such overkill. I was like, come on. There's so many other terrifying things that can happen literally in the safari or wherever they are. Let's get creative, y'all.
So, you know, let's actually touch on that part, right? Before we even get to the second half.
Yeah, I have some few comments about the beginning.
So one, the animation, right? It was a photorealistic style, meaning that these lions look like a regular lion, and they did,
but not as bad as the first one.
Yes, the first one they had regular lions trying to smile, which is cringeworthy. Remember when the live action version of Sonic the Hedgehog was going to come out? And
Sonic.
And
Sonic.
They had Sonic
Satanic
with those
Sonic.
super sharp teeth.
He had human teeth.
Human teeth, yeah.
Teeth like you, and he had molars. And I'm like, this is so creepy because he's a hedgehog and he's animated. Why does he have human teeth? Why can't I see the pink of his gums and like 32 teeth just perfectly aligned? It was very scary.
He got so Sega got trolled so hard that
Sega and is it a Universal film? I don't remember.
They got trolled so hard that they went and changed their character.
Changed the whole character design. And it was the best decision ever because now Sonic's on his third movie.
Yes.
If it didn't change those freaking teeth, no way.
No way.
Children would have been too horrified to watch the movie. And adults.
So I think animators are learning how to balance the photorealism with the cartoon animated style that this movie really deserves.
Which makes me, why are we so obsessed with photorealism? Didn't Spider-Man, and even the first, the latest Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, didn't they teach you guys that photorealism isn't always king?
You mean you could just do it animated?
It's all animated. It's all animated, but I'm saying we don't have to go
animated.
It's all fully animated. This Lion King was fully. It's 3D. It's animated in a photorealistic way.
Gotcha.
I don't mean to be too technical, but I'm just not trying to, it's all animated.
Yeah.
But just we can go more cartoony.
Yeah.
And the first movie should have told you that why can't we just do a 2D film?
Yeah.
We could just do 2D. The Lion King slaps with its 2D,
but the
hand-drawn, not hand-drawn, animation. It wasn't hand-drawn. But, continue.
Yeah, I think they're moving in the right direction, right? Because the 2019, like you said, it was real-looking lions, but with smiles, and even when
Uncanny Valley, it definitely was. It wasn't terrible, but there were moments where I'm like, this is, yeah.
And I realized I lost interest a lot, even with the sad parts, like when Mufasa died. And the cartoon, like you said, originally we were crying.
Because, when they're not going for photorealism, so you can really see the very animated faces, the big eyes, the wild expressions, the more human aspects of it. So I'm like, people... I think there's a big cry for 2D animation to come back because we all love it. It's great.
Yeah.
This is great too. This is great too. But I get you. Even I don't know. And there's some when we get further in the story, there's some characters that look very obviously AI generated, and it does not look good.
A lot of the scenes are AI generated, like the background and like the grass and all the.
I remember when I first saw the elephants. I saw them in the background when they were having visions of what Malele might look like. I thought these elephants do not look good. I was like, ew, why do they look like that? And it's just something about the skin on the elephants looked too smooth. It didn't look right.
It looked too perfect.
And later on, when we meet Kiros, the white lion and the leader of the Outsiders, he looks straight AI generated to me at times. He looks like, You know those on Facebook. There's so many AI generated images. It looks like
Yeah.
that. It's like
Yeah.
I just want to look at it and be like, what's wrong? Because there's always something wrong with those AI
You're
with the
right.
bad AI. You
Yeah.
know, you'll AI generate yourself and someone has like 5 fingers.
They don't know how to do hands.
They don't know how to
Yeah,
do
they
hands.
don't know how to do
That
hands.
either look, their hair looks weird or something's off. There's always something. Cause I was looking, so yeah. But what else? And also the first song, Malele, I feel like DQ. It was not mixed right. The vocals were too low.
Yeah, the vocals very, very low.
I was like, what's happening?
I could barely hear it. I
And-
thought that's
yeah.
a few times out the movie. The vocals were really low.
And what I noticed about the songs is it's like the camera purposely tries to stay away from the lions' faces because I think they do fear of the lions looking weird when they sing because they know that it's supposed to be more photorealistic.
And no one wants to say a lion singing, so you just want to like.
I think they purposely avoided it because I don't
Yeah.
remember seeing their. Did you remember seeing anyone's faces when they sung?
Not
Not really.
I can't think of it. No, I can't think of like a lion wailing with their eyes closed and shaking their head like they did in Lion King.
I know, but I'm saying they avoided their faces altogether. I don't remember
did.
seeing any close-ups of their faces when they sung.
No, you're right. It was all kind of like a montage sort of thing.
It was like landscape shots.
Yes.
You'll see, you know, they didn't come into their face. And I think they realized from the first movie, it's a weird place to be. It's
No.
a weird place to be.
You're right.
But I still think the movie looked great.
You know, it looked beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
But there's just some things where I'm like, AI's taking over. But anything else you have to say before we move on?
No, we can move on to the middle section of the movie.
Okay.
So in the middle section, after, you know how Lion King does, after a few songs, they're all grown up.
I'm sorry. I just want to make this tidbit.
Go.
Speaking of AI, so who's the actor who voice acted Mufasa this time?
Aaron Pierre.
Aaron Pierre. So
That's
AI.
an adult version of Mufasa. The baby Mufasa
Okay,
is
adult.
2 twins, Braylon and
Twins?
Brielle Rankins.
Oh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cute. Twin power. Yeah, so apparently AI was used on Pierre's voice, adult Mufasa's voice, to make him sound more like James Earl Jones.
Ah, I can see that.
And it worked because I remember thinking, this lion got a sexy voice. I said, when that one, yeah, I was like, I said, okay.
And it makes sense because he was, like you said, at that time, a fully mature lion. So it didn't make any sense for his voice to be completely different than the voice of God that we're used to.
The voice of God. Yeah. They should have had Morgan Freeman stepped in. You think you would have accepted that? It's not the same, but it's like
It's
a still
not the
powerful voice. Or who plays Optimus Prime?
That's a Taken.
That's Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm so iffy about him.
Yeah.
Especially in this black film.
Yeah. So in the middle of the movie, right, when Mufasa grows up with Taka, Mufasa is actually being trained by Eshe, Taka's mother, who has essentially adopted him, to hunt. And Mufasa has this uncanny ability, almost supernatural, to like listen
Uncanny.
and hear and like sense animals and movements from miles and miles away. So she's impressed by it. She's like, no other male lion has these senses. And that reminded me that real lions, like in nature, the women do all the hunting, and they hunt in packs, and it makes sense that male lions,
All they do is just breed. They just sleep with the females.
they just sleep, breed, and just roar. They're just marking their territory and fighting other male
Like, hey.
lions.
Hey, y'all stop doing what you doing.
You better get
All right,
out
I'm
that
taking a nap.
toilet, like the
You better
Kevin
get out
Hart,
that toilet.
that Kevin Hart joke, like how dads watch their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna get off that couch. You better get out that boat.
Hey, hands on bed.
But yeah. So while Mufasa is learning how to hunt with Eshe, they are hunted themselves by a group of white lions. And the white lions go and attack Eshe. And Mufasa, he comes and he helps her. And in the process, he kills one of the young males. All the while, unbeknownst to Mufasa and Eshe, they are also being followed and tracked by Taka. But instead of running to his mother's defense, Taka runs away and hides. So when the lions reunite back to the Pride Lands, the Valley of Kings, right? Obasi, the Taki's father, he questions, hey, what happened? And that's when Eshe reveals that Mufasa saved her, and that there's a group of white lions who are a bunch of outsiders who are coming to take over the Valley of Kings. So Abasi, in his fear, he goes and talks to his son Taka and say, you will never speak that you ran away, because no one could ever know that you were a coward, because that would hurt his royal bloodline. That would take away the legitimacy,
his claim to the throne.
This claim to the throne, because like we talked about earlier, the Lion King is all about power. It's all about being powerful, right? If you challenge me for the throne, you win, you take it. That's it, right? So if this lion couldn't even protect his own mother, why should the whole pride, follow him? Yeah,
you abandon your mom.
Your mom.
What makes me think that you're going to protect me?
Exactly, right? So he convinced the two brothers to flee, and for Mufasa to protect Taka, and they do. And as they flee, the white lions come up, led by their leader, Keros.
Can I say something about the white lions? Or
yeah.
Do you want to wait?
Go for it.
So, one thing, I love how the villains in these stories are white. Love it. Because so many times in film, it's always darker skinned.
Always the darker brother.
Who are portrayed as the villainous ones. So I like how the villains are whites. And I like how the villains are also very beautiful. The white lions are beautiful. All the lions are beautiful. But Keros has like this super thick mane, and like he's beautiful. He's a beautiful lion.
I heard
even though he does look very AI generated sometimes.
I heard of white tigers.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that white tigers was a genetic mutation. I never heard of white lions until today.
Yeah, so there are like a real group of mutated lions that have been like found. They've been seen in South Africa for like generations. And they do come from the typical brown lions. It's just a mutation.
Yeah.
So the story of these white lions pretty much is that like the outsiders, that's the group that the white lions are called, because they're not all from the same tribe. They're a misfit of outsiders that came together because they've been rejected by their own families because, they're white and they're just different from the color of their fur.
They're a collection of bastards. That's what we're trying to say.
I suppose, yeah, of the forgotten, of the forsaken. So they joined together, and because of, they have such bitterness and resentment towards them being abandoned and made outsiders, that they have a lot of hatred. They're very angry whites. Just imagine a mob of angry whites just chasing you everywhere you go.
Trying to conquer everywhere they go.
It sounds like the KKK, but yeah.
Yeah, but so when Keros and his army, which he described it, not a pride. A pride is what you call a group of lions, like a family normally led by one male. He called them an army.
That is true, because he got rid of any insubordinate or what's it called, incompetent members of his army with reckless abandon. He did not care about them. They were not his family.
No.
Yeah, so Keros is crazy.
So when they came up, he took over the Valley of Kings, and he sung this song "Bye Bye," which was kind of funny. It's just can you find the lyrics for that? For "Bye Bye"? Let me try to find it.
I got it. Let's see. You say you're the king, but you lie. But you lie around in the shade, out of shape, unafraid. The moon cuts a path through the sky, by night or by day. It doesn't obey, and neither do I. You took my son. I hope you can run, 'cause I'm going to be the last thing you see before you go bye-bye. There you go, bye-bye. Climb every tree, across land and sea. I'll make you go bye-bye. I'll make you go bye-bye. Everything in my clutches, bye-bye. Everything that life touches. The circle of life is a lie. A pretty way to say there are predators and prey. That circle of vultures up high, they keep stealing glances. They don't like your chances, and neither do I. I run my pride. You run and hide. because I'm gonna be the last thing you see before you go. Bye bye.
Yeah, and
I like that.
I like that too.
It's
And
cute and evil.
it's very evil, and it's one obviously when Mufasa was protecting Eshe and he killed that young male. That male turned out to be this lion's son.
This lion's son, the lion's son.
And
And one thing about this movie, movies like this, I do wish the rating was higher. I
Yeah.
get why it's not profitable to make the Lion King prequel PG-13. No, come on, that's crazy. But we don't actually see anyone being killed.
Not just that,
It's just heavily implied.
they aren't injured.
Yeah,
They over there and like
they're only injured really if like something will like they'll go flying. You know, if something will like knock them or like shove them.
like
yeah.
even
But
scars.
no blood, no teeth.
Like in all seriousness, like Scar shouldn't be his only scar. Like they were fighting full-grown lions, a group of them, getting clawed to the
He should
face.
be called Scarred.
Yeah, scarred, and
Yeah.
they're fine. They're just walking around. Like if you see a lion in the wild, they got gashes
They look
on them.
crazy.
They look crazy.
They look mangy.
like missing eyes and
Diseased.
just
Yeah.
like lions.
Limping.
It's a tough life.
It's
All right?
thug life.
And I feel like all the fighting scenes because of it seemed a little boring because they didn't even bite each other. They just like pawing, or if they bite, it roll over. It's like you didn't really bite me, haha. Like I'm a lion, I can take out a gazelle, but I can't bite you. It doesn't make any sense.
It's a G-rated movie.
It's PG. It's PG.
It was PG.
rated.
Yeah. Well, PG they could have got away with a little bit more.
A little
I feel
bit
like
of blood.
but I guess PG. I think just like the nature of it. I think PG. There's a sense of danger.
Yeah,
I think they can say kill in PG.
they can.
They can say dead. Yeah, they can say kill. So there's an impending sense of danger and there's a threat. And it creates the aura of danger was very good.
Yeah.
It's just I did feel a little bit deflated when we actually didn't really see them fight.
Yeah,
You know.
just
Whereas in the animated series, Scar and Simba, they fought. Like they were
did.
on their hind legs going at each other. And even though we didn't see any blood either, there was still a lot of energy.
It was.
You know.
It was, and like it felt like dogs fighting. That's what it kind of felt like.
Even dogs fighting was more. They didn't even growl. A dog fight is a scary thing to see.
Yeah. So after we assumed the Pride and the Valley of Kings are slaughtered by the White Lions.
Which is really sad.
It is sad.
Taka did lose his whole family just like that.
And Eshe and everyone. It was a shame. They lost their entire family, you know.
Mufasa lost his family again.
Again. Every family he finds, he loses.
Seems like he's the problem.
So Mufasa and Taka, they travel, they run away, all while the White Lion Pride is chasing them.
Chasing him like a heat-seeking missile.
Heat seeking. They're just tracking them and following their scent. And they find another lion who is tracking them as well, Sarabi. And
I love that name, Sarabi.
It's a beautiful name.
She was such an uppity lion in the original movie.
She was.
Remember when Scar took over and all his little cronies were like in a line and he called Sarabi forward and they were like, that like all the other female lions were
And she
sneering at
kept her
her.
head up.
And she was walking with her head high.
Yeah.
I remember there was this one old, like, I guess meme on Facebook. It was like when light skins ended a party.
So Sarabi, she is also a young female lion. She was separated from her tribe.
She's quite a looker.
Right. She was chased out of her tribe
And she's royalty
by
the outsiders.
the outsiders.
Yeah. Kiros.
Kiros. And she's played by Tiffany Boone, who
I've seen her somewhere before. Tiffany Boone. Her face looks familiar.
I think I have a note here that
So who's Anika Noni Rose?
Anika Noni Rose is Afia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Tiffany.
You know who that is, right, Anika?
Who's that?
That's Princess Tiana.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know who Tiffany Boone is, though. I thought Tiffany Boone was Princess T. Crap.
I've seen her face before. James is dropping everything off the desk.
I'm dropping everything off of the desk. But anyway, she finds her, and Taka is automatically smitten, right? He's
automatically. He wants to know her name. He like, girl, what's your name? What's your sign?
What's your sign?
He runs by it like, hey, you should come with us. Like, you look good, girl. You don't got no man. No. You got cubs? No.
You don't got no cubs?
Okay,
What? We come slide in there.
Want to hear something horrifying?
So as they're traveling,
No.
Huh?
I actually, you want to hear something horrifying?
Oh, what's horrifying?
Lions have little pins on their penises.
Oh yeah, little hooks. Mm-hmm. Yep, little hooks that cats do too.
Yep.
Yep, they kind of scrape out. I don't know where we're talking about this.
I would be a lion version.
Yeah, but no, it scrapes out all the like competitive lions.
All the other sperm for and
that's why he's there, is to scrape out all the other sperm that's
he
there.
said you're going to have my cubs and only my cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's efficient. That's efficient. You don't have to. It'll never be like a mama baby poppy mammy type of situation.
No,
never. Right.
It's just the last one.
Wow. Maybe it's not painful for the female lion.
It's painful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That threw me off tremendously. But now you
well,
guys
you
know.
said Sarabi, she came and Scar was like, ooh, Taka was like, ooh, girl, I love you. And she's like, get away from me. I like your brother. She just said it immediately. But come on, who wouldn't like the brother? He's braver. His hair, Taka's hairline is a little bit receded. If you notice.
Got that rounded.
He got a good voice. He's not cowardly.
And Mufasa did his best to hook him up. He suggested that Taka goes to her and asks her questions, learn about herself. He tells Taka that to mention like the flowers that she smelled like, because he can smell the flowers on her fur.
The duck flowers.
The duck flowers. And Taka comes up and says, hey, you smell like a duck. She's like, what?
That was funny.
That was funny, right? And she just eventually...
Have you ever had a moment like that where you tried to talk to a crush and it just went terribly wrong?
I'm smooth. But
You're not.
I am. I'm one for one.
You're smooth as Braille.
Whoa.
Yeah, not smooth at all.
But no, you do get tongue tied talking to people you want to impress in general.
I just don't talk to them.
Just
I just leave little hints to get them to talk to me, so then I don't have to make a fool of myself.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. But also while they're traveling, they run into.
Well, not Nala. Sarabi's traveling with Zazu, the hornbill that we all know and love.
Oh, I forgot about Zazu.
The killjoy that we all love.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zazu, he's useful, right? Because he flies around and he scouts the area.
Not only as comic relief, but in that way as well. Yeah.
The comic relief part, it was okay.
I think it was funny. I think it was funny to Timon and Pumbaa. I did not find Timon and Pumbaa funny at all.
No, you're right.
No, Zazu was just, I don't know, he was just kind of funny. Not like haha funny, but I enjoyed them more than I enjoyed Timon and Pumbaa.
No,
that was
right.
very disappointing.
Timon and Pumbaa was disappointing.
Because you think about The Lion King 1.5.
They were hilarious.
That movie's so freaking good.
It is. We just watched
They have
it.
3 great sequels.
They do.
And they're all animated.
Well,
2D animated.
No, but I think the going back to photorealism, it did Timon and Pumbaa poorly. Like, because lions
I remember you saw Timon and Pumbaa in the background. You was like, "What is that?" And I didn't know what it was either. I was like, "Oh, that's Timon on top of Pumbaa."
Yeah.
I didn't know what the heck that was.
Because warhogs are not pretty animals, Joe. They are disgusting, little furry looking.
People could say the same thing about you, James.
Probably.
No.
They haven't though.
No, right to your face. It's like,
But
I keep making you lose your train of thought.
You do.
This is why this podcast is so long, because I just go off on tangents.
So anyway, they also meet up with Rafiki. Rafiki is also an outcast, and he's not a baboon, but he's a mandrill. And what is a mandrill, Mary?
So, according to dictionary.com, if you look at Rafiki, he looks different from other baboons. He has like this blue sort of pattern on his muzzle. So, this is a quote from dictionary.com. A baboon is a large, ground-dwelling monkey found in Africa and Arabia with a dog-like muzzle, large cheek pouches, and a short tail. A mandrill is a specific type of large baboon from Western Africa. Male mandrills are known for their bright red and blue faces and ribbed muzzles. Yeah. And that's exactly what Rafiki has. And he says it. He's like, I'm not a baboon. I'm a mandrill. Mm-hmm. And so Rafiki has like these visions. He's a shaman, like you say. His third eye is open.
Yes.
He's woke.
And he sees his
That's
visions, and he mentions Malele. And Malele is obviously, that rings a bell with Mufasa, because that's what his parents.
Yeah,
are saying.
after Rafiki gets kicked out, he's like, I'm going to Manele.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny. The three lions are starving. They haven't eaten, and we didn't even see them eat the whole time.
We haven't.
They
never hunt or nothing.
They're trying to avoid it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're trying to avoid showing us hunt animals, but they haven't eaten, so they try to eat Rafiki. And Mufasa's like, you'll be glad we even let you live. And Rafiki was like, you'll be glad that I let you live.
Exactly. Yeah, Rafiki was not having it.
He was not fazed by them.
Yeah,
they're trying to attack him, and he's just walking with his head high. Like, listen, I'm going to paradise. Y'all can do what y'all want.
Yeah, like you can kill me if you want to, but you'll never get to paradise. Mm-hmm. Right, which is actually a bar too. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I like Rafiki a lot as a character. He was played by John Caney. And I love his voice. Right?
He's a great voice.
He's a really great voice.
Really great voice. Very calming, very wise.
Yeah, it's just exactly. It gives you the calming, wise. You better listen to.
It's like, honestly, I'll do whatever Rafiki says, whatever.
Yeah.
And I like this one point towards the end of the movie. We know Rafiki, he has his walking staff because he has an injured leg, and he was, once again, he's hanging on a tree, and there's a bunch of chaos going on the ground, and he's hanging on a tree branch. The tree branch saves him, and when the chaos is over, it breaks and he falls to safety. And then the tree branch he uses as a staff, in the exact shape of the staff that he has in the original movie. And I was like, because he's hanging from the tree branch, he's like, thank you, my friend. And it's like, he knew this tree branch was going to serve him more.
Exactly.
So.
He did. Rafiki reminds me of, you never seen it, but Deadpool 2, there was this character who her superpower was being lucky.
That's cute.
She would basically go.
What was her name? Lucky Strike?
I think maybe Lucky Strike. I think
That's cute.
Sounds familiar. But anyway, she now people are gonna be like, her name's not Lucky Strike. Let me go look it up.
Let me think of other names. Lady Luck.
Maybe it's Lady Luck.
Snake Eyes. Lucky Seven. Luck Be a Lady Tonight.
Domino.
Wow, not even close.
Not even close
at all.
Yes, her name is Domino.
Okay.
And
our names are better.
Our names are better.
I'm gonna create another character.
No, her name is Domino, and
Okay.
and she basically just like, there's one point where she jumps out of a
moving car,
a moving parachute, like a plane or whatever. She parachutes out the plane, and everyone else who falls, who jumps out, they all die in a terrible way. And she like jumps into like this villain's car.
Is that Van's character? Is that Zazie Beetz' character?
That is Zazie Beetz.
I love her.
Yes.
I love her.
All right. So she sits in the van of this thug, and he takes out a gun and tries to shoot her, but the gun jams, and she basically like takes it and is able to take over the truck and everything.
That's such a very convenient
superpower
for like dangerous, perilous situations, but also everyday life too.
Just being super lucky. And I feel like that's how Rafiki is. He just has that luck.
She probably never had an overdraft fee a day in her life. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah. So anyway, what was it, 4 of them now?
So we have Taka, Mufasa, Sarabi, Rafiki, Zazu. 5.
5 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 5 of them are traveling, and the rest of the middle section of the movie is I'm just getting closer and closer to getting captured by the White Lion Pride.
The outsiders are diligent.
The White Pride Lions. That is
the
crazy.
White Pride Lions is so scary.
That's so
crazy. My God.
The White Pride Lions.
Yo. I feel like their ultimate goal is to kill all the lions. They keep having babies and all the lions are white. Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Terrifying.
So one thing, I was like, I thought it was kind of unrealistic that this one villain was like chasing them everywhere. I know you killed his son, but I'm like, I remember I was playing this one game. I was playing what's that game? Oh my God,
Just describe it.
It's called Uncharted.
Oh, okay.
And it's like there was these one group of people, and they found the main of like villains. And they found my character no matter where he went. And I'm like, how many are there? Like, I literally
That reminds me of the series of unfortunate events with Count Olaf always found the kids. No matter where they went, just always popped up and found them.
I don't know why that feels more believable. It was like I would literally travel across the world in this game and they'll just pop up. somewhere. Like I'll be in Morocco one day and like I don't know, in Cali the next day, and they're there, and it's like, how do you keep finding me? Like, is there? It was really weird. That's how I felt. But okay, can we transition or
No, so let's only other part I want to talk about is there was one scene during the White Pride lion attack where um where Sarabi, in order to cause a diversion, she knocked a hornet's nest into a group of elephants, and it
So
caused
you
a
can do that
stampede.
in The Legend of Zelda, actually, in Tears of the Kingdom and in Breath of the Wild. There's these group of monsters, and if there's a hornet's nest by, you just shoot an arrow, the hornet's nest falls, and all the monsters get all scared and they run away and they get attacked, and you can come in and sneak them, like
Nice.
sneak attack them, or you could just steal treasure while they're like fighting it. Yeah, it's great.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the game is so creative. Everyone should play it.
But yeah. So anyway, the stampede happens.
The stampede again with the herd of
again.
elephants, and they're
Exactly.
dipping and diving. I'm like, we're doing this again. Okay, we're doing this again. Rafiki's still in it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Give her something new. But
So then Sarabi, she gets knocked unconscious, and Mufasa rescues her and says, I got you, as she's unconscious.
that was sexy.
Sexy.
He's like, I got you. He's
But
like, I got you.
but then when she wakes up, he tells her that Taka actually saved her. Which
Such a good brother.
right says, hey, Taka saved you.
And Taka's like, what? Oh,
well,
okay.
he's like, yeah, I saved you. It was nothing else. What else could I do? He tried to play it off, but doing a good job.
Yeah.
But eventually, Sarabi, she puts two and two together. That
She's like, Taka ain't like that.
yeah.
Like, first of all, you have that sense of smell. You could smell everything.
Yeah.
I know Taka can't smell like that. So I know it was you who smelled the flowers from my home land on me, not Taka.
And there was the one part of the film where Rafiki was walking and he got tired, and Mufasa put him on his back and was like, Rafiki, I got you.
Yeah, they were walking through like that snowy mountain, and the snow was Rafiki. He's a lot smaller. Yeah, so Mufasa put him on his back. He was like, I got you, and that's also sexy. You ever heard of real quick? You ever heard of smash cakes or hear me out cakes? No. So it's this trend going online.
I know she's talking.
I told him about it. There's this trend going online, right? Don't switch your
I'm
eye.
scared.
It's great.
I'm scared.
It's great. So it's great. It's great. There's this trend going online, right? Where you have a cake, and cake toppers, right? You know what a cake topper is?
Like the little man and woman you put on top of wedding cakes.
Not even that. It'll be like a stick with like an image on like if I had a Demon Slayer cake topper with like Tanjiro on top of it.
Okay, yeah.
So on the smash cake, you put everyone in a cake who you would smash.
Oh, okay.
People have gone crazy. People put the car Lightning McQueen on the cake. That's what it's called. It's like, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. You remember the bad John from El Dorado? Shell?
Yep.
She wouldn't be on your hear me out cake? Your smash cake?
Yeah, probably.
She would. Like,
yeah.
so many anime characters would be on my cake, and Mufasa would too.
Mufasa.
Someone said Spirit. You know the horse?
The spirit horse. I thought about Mrs. Incredible. She's
Of course.
She's obviously
Mrs. Thickness.
Yeah, Slim Thick. Yeah.
Slim Thick. Oh my God. Nani's 18. It's Nani from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah.
Come
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Smash cake. Who else? Yeah. So yeah, he'll be on my cake.
He's stupid. I think I yield my time. We can talk about the end section.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah, the end. That is my part.
Oh,
so,
wait.
no, that is my part. That's my part. That's where, yeah, I know what you're getting at. I got that. All right. So, yeah, Sarabi and Mufasa are confessing their love to each other. They're singing a song. Let me see about the lyrics, because I did like it. It wasn't any "Can you feel the love tonight"? Come on.
No, it wasn't. It was Tell
It
Me
wasn't
It's
even.
You.
It wasn't even "You Pendy."
Oh, we forgot about We Go Together.
Okay.
The song that Mufasa and Rafiki sung. It's all I wanted to get at was that it's an African tradition. It says, hey, if you want to saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I just think that's a bar. And that song, We Go Together, is a really fun song.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Continue. Tell Me It's You is the Mufasa and Sarabi song.
It's You. Okay, let me see. What track is that?
It's track 6.
Track 6. Tell me it's you. Okay, let's see. So, ever since you appeared, I've been running for something deep inside. This is Mufasa. And it's worse than I feared, 'cause I look you in your eyes and I can't hide. I push you away. Don't push me away. But the feelings come back just twice as strong. I don't know what to say. You know just what to say. But I know that I'm right where I belong. The way you know just where to be. I don't know. The way you move, the way you see me, the way you feel when you're with me, beside me. Don't hide from me anymore. Tell me it's you. I know it's you. So yeah, they're falling in love, like I said. Is there can they feel the love tonight sort of moment?
Yeah.
Taka sees all that.
Taka is pissed.
Very upset.
He's big mad. And like if in a vacuum, I can see how he would be mad. But obviously we have the almost like an omnipresent author, right? Like a third person viewer.
Or omniscient
viewer, audience, right? So we can tell, like we can see that Mufasa was trying and he didn't really want to let her know, and it just happened naturally. You can't not see the love tonight, right? Mm-hmm. But, Taka is just obviously hurt. He's obviously
eating chocolate. If y'all hear it.
Bitter. Anyway, and he just basically, this is his evil moment. This is his supervillain moment.
Demon mode.
Right, where he just changed. And the song he sings is called Brother Betrayed.
Put that up? Okay.
Yeah, pull that up.
Let me finish chewing.
I'll read it while you chew.
You can't read.
I can read a little bit. You know I love her, my brother. There's nothing we keep from each other. I saved your life. This is how you repay me? What do I do? What does it mean? How do I ever unsee what I've seen? He was my kin. She was my queen. Now it's broken forever. And tell her it's you. She knows it's you. What did you say to her? What did you do? I'm next in line. She should be mine. Ha! Are the ancestors laughing? What would they say? Father is gone, not before giving me strength to go on. He never trusted you. Did he know you betrayed me so? When you were drowning, I pulled you out. I gave you life, which you lived in my debt. Now I'm the one drowning, tumbling down, trying to escape what I cannot forget. I have a brother no longer. It's over and done. Now all I have is a shame and his rage that I can't outrun.
He big mad.
Big mad.
So my thing is, I'm gonna ask you. I know jealousy is a powerful emotion.
I think the Bible says it's crueler than the grave.
It really is. It's nasty because it's a mixture between insecurity, anger, hurt, feeling
bitterness.
Hurt, and a lot of times it's the people who've done nothing to you.
Yep.
So it makes you feel bad too.
It's one of the 7 deadly sins too. Envy. Right?
Envy. So envy and jealousy is different. This is jealousy. I could be envy is me wanting something that belongs to you. Jealousy is envy is me wanting your old you hoodie that you're wearing right now. Me wanting something for myself.
This
jealousy
hoodie is fire.
It's cool. Jealousy is what Taka's feeling. Envy normally refers to me wanting something that belongs to you. Like you'll be envious of someone's cool eagle. You'll be envious of my Eagles jacket. I know you are.
But your girlfriend can make you jealous, not envious. I see what you're saying. They're a little different. Okay.
Yeah. So jealousy normally doesn't pertain to something that like physical that you want. Like I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I know jealousy, like I said, it's cruel. I hate feeling jealous. It's the worst feeling, especially with someone who didn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
So, but I think this is why I wish the movie, another reason why I wish the movie was had a higher rating. I feel like I said, my main motivation for wanting to see this movie is like, we're finally going to get a Scar backstory. I feel like if this movie had a higher rating, like I said, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make no sense. We can really work on the resentment that builds in Scar throughout the years. Because in this movie, his turn to villainy seems very sudden. Like I said, I understand jealousy is strong, but I don't think it was really framed too much as a straw that broke the camel's back until he said so in this song. He said, okay, my mother was with you the whole time. my father knew you were that lion and didn't really see me, and now you're stealing the woman that I love. It seemed very sudden, and I feel like if this had a better rating, we can really see the seeds of resentment build in him, because this felt really sudden to me.
No, you're
and
right.
I was like, oh, don't tell me it's over a girl. That's the turning point, over a girl. And like I said, jealousy is strong, but I'm like, come on, like that was so quick. The pacing was not good to me.
No,
but it's
agree.
a kids movie.
I think, like you said, with the summation of of everything that happened, and looking at it from Taka's point of view, you can see how he logically got to the anger that he got to, but that buildup wasn't shown at any point outside of when they were in those snow mountaintops.
Mm-hmm. He seemed cool with it. He seemed okay with being second fiddle to Mufasa.
Even though there were several times he said, Mufasa, I order you to run. I order you to do this.
Well, that was to save his life. He's like, listen, I'm gonna put this, because I'm trying to, there was one point, Mufasa, he's scared of water. He's hydrophobic. That's the word? Who cares? He's afraid of water.
He's afraid of water.
Because he's scared of water.
Yeah.
So they were
trying to cross a river. They had
to get away from the outsiders.
Yep, and Mufasa wanted to fight because he's a thug. He
wanted to fight, but he's scared of water, so he didn't want to swim.
Yeah, but he didn't want to swim.
So that's why Taka was like, I command you to swim. Like, we're not fighting them. They're going to kill us.
Taka also tackled him off a mountain cliff into water to get away too.
Yeah, which takes bravery.
It does.
It takes bravery. You know what I mean?
It does.
But yeah, I just felt like it was very sudden. I felt the same way when I watched Maleficent. This woman,
the live action one.
The live action one.
Okay.
They gave her a backstory.
Who is that?
That's Angelina Jolie.
Okay, cool.
And I think it was Elle Fanning, not Dakota Fanning, who was I don't remember who it was. Anyway, Maleficent. Who is that? Aurora? That is Aurora. I don't know who played Aurora. That's Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. Okay. I keep getting
to your point.
No, Snow White.
I hate you so much.
Hold on. Was Maleficent and Snow White? Because who fights a dragon? Did they fight a dragon at the end of Snow White? No, they don't. They.
I always get the Seven Dwarfs and
I'm gonna Google it.
Beauty
Okay.
Separately.
Wait, I'm gonna Google it real quick. Because now it's gonna bug me.
Snow White
Maleficent.
and Seven Dwarfs.
Because I never seen any movie. It's too freaking old. I'm not watching.
Google that, John. And once again,
Maleficent is a fictional character. Oh my goodness! Can you freaking tell me what movie? Aurora. So she was in Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
Anyway, the Maleficent movie, the live action movie, I felt the same way. I'm like, she literally almost killed the baby because she wasn't invited to a party. When someone said that to me, I cracked up. She literally said, y'all having a baby. The king and queen are having a baby. Y'all didn't invite me. Cool. In 16 years, the baby's going to prick her finger and die. How did you get that evil? Like, what happened to you? And it's a kid's movie. So they couldn't really dive into it.
No, I agree. Sometimes we just say, oh, they're evil because they're mad. They just make this oversimplify villainy. Mm-hmm. And I do think it takes a long time. Well, it depends. Some people are just born that way.
Yeah.
But I think most people, most rational people, it takes a while for them to get that bad. But at any rate.
Yeah, so Taka, he goes to the outsider. He finds Kiros and he tells him that Zazu has been hiding their snow prints. Their paw prints in the snow. And he pledges allegiance to Kiros and the outsiders. He said he's going to help him avenge his son. Yep. So Taka returns back to Mufasa and the gang, and they arrive at paradise, where they believe to be Malele. And of course, guess who's there as well? Kiros and his bandits.
His white pride army.
So Mufasa's able to rally the animals of Malele to fight with him, and that's when he finally learns of Taka's betrayal. And that was another scene that I really wanted to be longer and more dramatic. I like drama. Like, you're finding out that your brother, someone who defended you and protected you, someone you loved and protected, and betrayed you like this over a freaking girl.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel the hurt. It was so quick. It was so quick. They had to wrap the movie up.
It is. They're running out of budget for all these AIs.
It's just I really wanted to be, So anyway, Kiros and Mufasa fight. They end up being in like this cavern with like bodies of water. But before that, Mufasa and Kiros are fighting, and Kiros is about to deliver a punishing blow straight to Mufasa's face. And Taka's there, and something stirred up in Taka, and he ran and stood between Mufasa and Kiros, and he took the blow. And Kiros scraped his face, and that's how he got his scar.
Yep.
Scar, I don't think is big enough.
No, I thought the scar was a little.
The scar was not big enough.
I
know it's photorealistic, and that actually is the size of a lion's claw.
Yeah.
The scar wasn't big enough, but
yeah, no.
But and that's how he got his infamous scar.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little disappointed.
So, what you hope Simba gave it to him? Mufasa gave it to him?
I don't know. I get it. The scar represents it's a physical representation of his portrayal.
Yes.
But I don't know. I just thought the story would be more. I don't know. I don't know what. Maybe I'll find the words later. But I'll keep going because my phone's on 7%, so I need to get past. So yeah. So he takes the blow for Mufasa, and he has a scar. And then Kiros and Mufasa keep fighting. At some point, they end up in water. And Mufasa comes out victorious. And Mufasa's swimming, because, they ended up underwater. So Mufasa's kind of swimming.
Back to the surface.
And similarly, like when there were cubs, Scar, Mufasa, he doesn't have the strength to pull himself out the water when he finally rises to the surface. Scar pulls him up the same way by his claws. And it is crazy because, like, now seeing this, I firmly believe in the first movie, Mufasa really thought his brother would save him again, like he always said, and he just didn't.
He didn't.
That's crazy. You
Sucks.
You didn't. You saved me every other time. This you didn't. What happened?
Yeah.
You didn't save me. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. You always saved me.
Yeah.
And so Scar saves him, and then Mufasa reunites with the other animals in Malele. They dub him king, and beautifully, Mufasa is reunited with his mother. But tragically, he learns that his father did not survive the flood all those years ago. And then
they asked him what they're gonna do about Scar.
Yeah.
And Zazu actually said you need to banish him. Mm-hmm. And Mufasa said, as long as I am king, my brother will have a home here, but I will no longer call him by his name.
Yeah, he strips him of his name, and he gives him the cruel moniker of Scar.
Yeah, no, what's your face? Taka said, just call me Scar.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Taka said, just call me Scar. So
do you think that's him kind of repenting a little bit by saying that, just trying to repent?
Yeah.
Huh, I wonder when all the vitriol from the first film, I guess he just sits with it, and I don't know, because he seems, I didn't see any of that repentance in the first film.
No, but it's also years prior. So the stuff all build back up. You could tell that, Scar, we could call him now, he's the type of person that just lets stuff grow, and his anger just grows, and eventually it turned him into.
He's just sitting with his own thoughts, creating narratives in his head, and
yes,
that happens to me sometimes.
Yes, and I think,
just ruminating on something.
Yes, and Simba being born also triggered it because he realized, dag, not only am I not going to be king after Mufasa passes away, I got to watch Simba and his entire bloodline now continue, and I'm never going to be.
Yeah, I don't think people consider him part of the royal family.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't. Especially since he would have, but he didn't betray them. But it's like, you're an outsider, so you're not even. Yeah.
He was basically considered an outsider again, even though to his vantage point, he was like, I was heir to the throne, right? I was supposed to be the king of the Valley of Kings, right? And
the King of Kings.
Yeah, exactly. And I was supposed to be X, Y, and Z. And Simba was the outsider. I mean, Mufasa. Mufasa was the outsider.
We only did it once. We only did that once.
I know.
Okay, that's good.
I'm actually pretty impressed. Like, you have to keep looking at it. Mufasa. Mufasa.
So the story ends. Rafiki wraps up the story, and then Simba and Nala come back, and they're saying, hey, Kiara, we want you to meet our new son.
Yep.
And I was like, what? Did they always have another kid? Is this new? But according to D'Angeli, the kid's always been there. She said the kid was introduced. Do you ever?
So they said the kid was introduced at the
In the
end of
second
Lion
movie.
King 2. Lion King 2,
I
they held him
vaguely
up.
remember that.
Yeah.
I thought that was Kiara.
I thought it was Kiara in the Lion King 1.
Hold on.
But
Who's Kovu and Kiara's kid? That's who they were introducing. Kovu and Kiara's kid.
But there definitely is a spin-off Disney show called The Lion Guard.
I heard of that. I never
Right.
watched it.
And Lion Guard starred a Keon, who was Simba's youngest kid.
Keon.
Keon.
That's my friend's husband's name. I'm gonna call him the Lion Guard from now on.
So he was Simba's son, his youngest son.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if this new character would still be called Keon or to come up with a different name for him. But it exists. It exists. So,
right.
what would you rate this movie, Mary?
A medium bag of popcorn.
Why just a medium?
Cause like it's like I said, sometimes the AI looks really bad. It just didn't look good at some points. Like I said, I was tired of the reimagined versions of the same perilous situations, like the stampede of the first movie. I was tired of that. The songs didn't really do it for me. There wasn't a song that I thought, ooh, like it wasn't a bop. It's crazy because it's Lin-Manuel Miranda, but I'm not. He's so great. Like I'm not saying that's not taking anything away from him. Absolutely not. It's just I wasn't feeling the songs really.
Yeah.
And like I said, the pacing, at least for me, like, and that could be a kids movie problem, Taka's transition to Scar was just too quick for me, and how he got his Scar, I guess kind of expected more. I guess I expected like PG-13 content from a PG movie, and I guess that's unrealistic. So yeah, I'll get a medium bag of popcorn. Yeah, but honestly, it was just mostly, I was just tired of the same stampede scenes. Like, just reimagined over and over again. And the songs weren't that catchy. So I'll give it a medium.
Yeah. When I walked out the movie theater, I was
tired of Kiara just saying, oh, I want my parents. I miss them. I'm like, girl, they were gone for like 20 hours. Relax.
Yeah. When I walked out the theater, I was pleasantly surprised that I liked the movie more than I thought I would like it.
Okay, yeah.
Because I didn't like the 2019 version much at all.
I don't even remember it, to be honest.
Like I said, I rewatched it, and
you still didn't like it?
It felt uninspired. It was just kind of doing the same thing, just with
just a lot less, just robotic and a lot less joy and like
it didn't have
expression.
Like I just can't wait to be king.
Because there's literally a point in that song where all the elephants create like a transformer tower.
Exactly, it's all
you can't do that with
beautiful and colorful and everything, and just so animated. And this one,
it was the same way. Like they'll just run around because it's full realistic, so we can't have like the crazy scenes like they do in like 2D animated movies. Like when they got excited, they just ran around in circles.
Exactly.
They acted like real lions, but it was kind of visually boring to look at times.
Yes, I think the real lions and the real animals in general sometimes took you out of it, because sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm watching this weird documentary.
Yeah, sometimes if I watch their mouth moves, it's like, it's weird this lion mouth is moving in the same way that I will present, like speak words.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because the lions don't speak any sort of human language, so this is very weird. Then it felt uncanny valley, but it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. Like I said, I think they did better of it. So I think, in conclusion, I'm gonna give it a medium bag of popcorn as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll absolutely watch it again. I do think it's a watch that John. I think it's worth.
I think it's a watch that John. I don't think it's watch that theater John. I think you can wait till it goes to.
I disagree. I think the theater was fun.
It was fun because we were with 9 other people.
Just the audio. The audio also struggled too. Even though we was in like a Dolby, you know what I mean? Not Dolby. It's like
Dolby Atmos.
Dolby, yeah, a Dolby theater with like surround sound. Like you said, the mixing of some of the songs was just too low.
Yeah,
you couldn't.
Milele was too low. I was like, the vocals are too low.
Yeah,
I'm a producer for real.
You couldn't hear the lyrics, But no, I'll give it a medium bag of popcorn. It's a fun movie. I like the story overall of Mufasa, and I appreciate that they brought the story of Mufasa. My sister-in-law Emily, she said that, hey, she would have enjoyed the movie better if they told the story of Mufasa, but like you said, in a cartoon version. They just had like a Lion King
It's 2D.
2.5 or whatever they want to call it, right? And call it a 2D, just a regular cartoon version. It'd have been just.
You
as
could
good.
just, it just feels like you could just do more with it. Like when you're so focused on photorealism, you just lose so much, in my opinion.
But also, Disney is about getting that money. So, like the 2019 version, I think it made $1.2 billion.
I think they just want to show off that they have like the best animators.
And they
ever.
do. Like they do.
State of the art.
It's freaking Disney. Like they do have the state of the art. Like this is the best. We're critiquing it obviously because that's our job. But this is the best the animation has to offer. You know what I mean? Like you can't just go and find a random lion. Like unless besides them torturing animals, you know what I mean? And actually using real lions and stuff like that.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, that'll be literally.
All right, lion, I'm gonna teach you how to say "Long live the king." Like,
Exactly. And then like, oh no, the lion bit the other lion. What to do now? But no, I think a medium bag of popcorn is a very fair grade.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, that's all we got, folks. Well,
Have a happy new year, guys. Because like I said, this is the last episode of the year. If you have any suggestions for movies that you'd like us to review, let us know on Instagram.
let us know on Instagram. You can also send us an email at watchthatjohn@gmail.com.
Oh, you want these people emailing us?
It's an email.
Okay. You're gonna get a lot of hate mail.
I think it might be the watchthatjohnpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, but we would love to know. We want to know, the movies you've seen, the movies you'd like us to talk about.
Watchthatjohnpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for listening. You can find us on Instagram at WatchThatJohn. You can follow our YouTube channel, the Watch That John Podcast. You can send us an email at watchthatjohnpodcast.com, and you can listen to our show wherever you hear your podcast. So thanks for listening, and bye-bye.
Happy New Year. Bye.